Nick, it's me! Shoot her! No, I can't kill her!
Special Unit 2.
Wednesday at 8 on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
A man is shot and killed in front of his children, and the shooter is a sheriff's deputy. Tonight we'll have a live report.
More trouble for Enron. The giant energy company's announcement today makes history.
Plus, should this man be Time Magazine's Person of the Year? The controversy coming up next on the 10 o'clock news.
Live, Anna Katayama, Chris Murphy, Monica Guzza with a pinpoint forecast, and Dan Christofferson Sports. This is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. Tonight, investigators try to figure out just what happened when a Washington County Sheriff's deputy shot and killed a man last night near Beaverton.
The deputy says that he had pulled the man over for a traffic stop when the man sped off to an apartment complex a few blocks away. That's where KPTV's Carrie Tomlinson is right now with the rest of the story. Carrie?
Well, the circumstances around this shooting are not entirely clear yet. 31-year-old Rodney Ray Lehman was shot here in this parking lot. In fact, this is his red pickup truck right behind us. He lived here, he was an assistant manager here at the complex, and many of his family members lived here too. We are told that they heard a noise outside. Many of them came outside to watch and ended up witnessing his death.
Rodney Lehman was married in May. Now, half a year later, he is dead, and his wife, Michelle, is angry.
That was my husband, that was my children's father. They shot him right in front of them, his mother, his brother, his whole family.
The Washington County Sheriff's Department says Lehman was driving his red pickup truck Saturday night at about 10 p.m. when a deputy tried to pull him over. They say instead, Lehman drove here to his home a few blocks away.
There was some kind of an altercation.
Spokesperson Sandy James says Lehman got out of the truck and moved toward the patrol car.
What happened right after that, I do not know. I do know that our deputy fired 2 shots at Mr. Lehman. I know that Mr. Lehman was transported to Emmanuel Hospital where he was pronounced dead.
I didn't know the police would shoot my dad.
Witnesses, including Lehman's 7-year-old daughter Kelsey, say Lehman's hands were up and he had no weapon.
I did see my dad with his hands up outside, and I just saw the police shoot my dad and stuff. And I heard my uncle saying, Rodney.
Lehman's family says he had a rough childhood and run-ins with police. His criminal record includes a long list of convictions for driving with a suspended or revoked license. And he was driving with a revoked license Saturday night. The Sheriff's Department says there was a warrant out for his arrest stemming from drug charges in Washington state, though his family disputes that information.
As a person, he had a pretty... He came a long way.
His wife, Michelle, says Lehman had gotten his life together in the past 5 years, and she believes this shooting was unfair.
A little bumpy at times, but he got hold of himself, and I can say I wouldn't have married him May 5th if I wasn't confident that we were #1 and as happy as ever.
Still many questions to be answered about what happened here last night. Now, both deputies and witnesses agree that Lehman was not armed, but there are many other questions. For example, some witnesses say that he got out of his car and then moved toward the back of the truck. Other people say he got out of his car and moved toward the patrol car. Others say that he yelled obscenities. Many, many questions to be answered, many people to be interviewed before they can find out what really happened. Back to you.
And Carrie, you interviewed that poor little girl who saw her father get shot. How well lighted was it there that night? You had a lot of witnesses and a lot of conflicting information from those witnesses.
Right. Well, you can turn around and see that there are some lights here. However, our lights are providing more light, so it was not a brightly lit area. And certainly in any crime scene, you'll find that witnesses have different perspectives and different descriptions of what happened. So it's very difficult to find out exactly what happened. This is not something that we're going to be able to find out tomorrow morning or Tuesday. It's going to take some time.
Okay, Carrie, thanks for that live report tonight.
In Salem, meantime, police are investigating the death of a 30-year-old woman tonight. Officers responded to screams for help from a home on Northeast 7th Place. There they found Heidi Ames, who appeared to have been assaulted. Police say that Ames later passed away at the hospital. Anyone with any information about what may have happened to Heidi Ames should contact Salem Detective Jack Jansen at the phone number 503-588-6050. He's at extension 7163. Well, the suspected Green River killer maintained his innocence for 18 years. The question tonight is, how will he plead this week? Defense lawyers meet tomorrow to discuss the case against Gary Ridgway. Ridgway was arrested on Friday, accused in at least 4 of the Green River killings. Ridgway's public defender will not say tonight how Ridgway will plead. The suspect waived his initial court appearance yesterday, and he's being held without bail tonight in the King County Jail. 49 deaths or disappearances in the early 1980s are attributed to the so-called Green River killer in Washington State and in Oregon.
Portland Police Chief Mark Croker on national television this morning. He defended the city's decision not to question minorities for the FBI simply because of their nationality. He spoke with Sam Donaldson on ABC's This Week via satellite.
Well, now, I understand you're not going to help in these interviews. Why not?
Well, we are helping. We are helping in a wide range of ways, and we're shoulder to shoulder with the federal government here. And I just really want to point out that this is not a matter of cooperation with the federal authorities. We have no disagreement with the procedure. It is a legitimate one. They're looking for leads, clues. Every one of us police officers are interested in that, and we're working with the Joint Terrorism Task Force and have been for some time now.
Portland is the first city in the nation to come up with a legal reason not to conduct the interviews. The interviews will still be done, but without the city's involvement.
Enron Corporation files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy today, while at the same time filing a $10 billion lawsuit against Dynegy Incorporated. Enron claims that that company, Dynegy, scrapped a proposed buyout when it had no right to do so. Enron's Portland General Electric, however, is not included in the bankruptcy filing. Disclosures of questionable financial partnerships last October prompted Enron's downfall. The company's chief executive says tonight that Enron's filings in court today should help preserve capital and stabilize the business. Well, some 16% of subscribers at Exide at Home's high-speed internet cable service still have no access tonight to online services. Friday, a judge agreed to allow the bankrupt company to disconnect service to all AT&T broadband subscribers. That affected hundreds of thousands of people. AT&T is moving the disconnected customers to its own network, but that switchover is going to take up to 10 days. Exide at Home has more than 4 million subscribers, but it has only cut service with AT&T customers.
3 areas in the Willamette National Forest will be renamed to remove the word squaw. Last summer, state lawmakers passed a measure to ban the term from all public places. Squaw Butte near Oak Ridge, Squaw Creek, and Squaw Mountain between Sweet Home and Sisters will all get new names. There are still 170 spots in Oregon that have the word squaw in their names. Squaw is a Native American word meaning female genitalia.
Senator Ron Wyden, meantime, is proposing setting aside $175 million over 5 years to fix Klamath Basin's water woes. He plans to put together a task force charged with finding a solution for agriculture and wildlife in that drought-ravaged basin. Last spring, as you may remember, the federal government cut off water for farmers in an effort to save fish and bald eagles protected by the Endangered Species Act. Under Wyden's proposal, about $30 million will be earmarked for species recovery, and an additional $2 million will go to migrant farm workers. They've been hard hit there by the agricultural slowdown. Wyden is hoping to get this proposal attached to a major farm bill this week.
An abandoned bicycle is stirring up a lot of sentiment. Did the owner die in the World Trade Center? That story coming up.
Also, why would Time magazine consider Osama bin Laden the person of the year? The strategy straight ahead.
But first, college students clash with police. Find out why.
Yes, and believe it or not, the weather has improved, just a little breezy right now. So what's going to happen next? We could be talking about snow, more wind, and there's even a little bit of flooding still going on. All of the weather's coming up at 10:30. I'm Kimberly Moss.
And I'm Pete Ferryman. With energy prices on the rise, power stealing has become a major scam.
And the culprits are getting away scot-free. That story Monday at 5 on Good Day Oregon.
Now at Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure, a holiday offer to fill you with glee. With each 3-day adult package, one child flies and gets in free. Call 1-877-700-DISNEY or your travel agent.
It's tricky. It's never been done before. 150 million without breaking a sweat. You suicidal?
Congratulations, you're a dead man.
Someone called for a doctor?
You're a thief and a liar.
I only lied about being a thief.
Rated PG-13. Starts this Friday at a theater near you.
Let's go.
Is that supposed to be fun?
Introducing a vehicle designed for your adventures in reality. The all-new, more powerful CR-V from Honda.
I love being grandpa at Christmas time. It's fun, fun, fun.
I'm a single mom, so I have to really watch my money.
We have a great bunch of grandkids, 9 of them.
9 grandchildren.
That's what I said, yeah.
Walmart makes it easy to give the kids a great Christmas. We can find something for everybody here.
Oh, Christmas without Walmart, I can't imagine.
Here at Walmart, my dollar goes a long way, and that's really important at Christmas time.
Oh, yeah.
Santa Claus
shops at Walmart. I think I saw him over in the fishing department a little while ago.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news.
A celebration turns into a riot in Boulder, Colorado. Police use tear gas, pepper spray, and percussion grenades to break up the crowd of about 500. One officer was hurt. Police arrested 11 people. The crowd was celebrating Boulder University's Big 12 championship win over Texas yesterday. This is the 6th riot in Boulder since 1997. Police in Springfield, Massachusetts say 2 brothers suffocated after getting stuck in a giant cedar chest. The 13- and 6-year-old boys were playing in the footlocker when the latch locked. Their mother found them after searching her home for an hour. And in Birmingham, Alabama, a Rottweiler kills a 3-year-old boy. Police say the child and his mother spent the night at a friend's home. The mother awoke to find the 3-year-old outside bitten on the thigh and head. Animal control officers removed 3 Rottweilers from the home.
Yasser Arafat has ordered mass arrests of Islamic militants following 3 suicide bombings in Israel that have killed 25 people now. Today, that country mourned its victims, and Chris Burns has more from what Israel is now calling its Ground Zero.
Teenagers mourn their fallen friends at Ground Zero, this time from a triple bombing that struck the heart of Jerusalem, killing mostly young people on a night out. It struck many Israelis in the heart. This older woman screams that she's lost 3 family members in the Arab-Israeli conflict. Far-right Israelis gather here, chanting for hardline Prime Minister Ariel Sharon to resign. One protester carries a sign reading, "No Arabs, no terror."
All we are saying is
Another takes to a balcony with a dark twist to a well-known Beatles song. A more subtle act of defiance, an Israeli flag scrawled with, "We shall not surrender." Teenage witnesses return to remember.
I ran here, I see my friends on the floor with teeth still over, with blood, glass.
Workers pick up the pieces of buildings, windows, and flesh. Following Judaic law, the tiny remains are gathered for burial. Comrades lay to rest a soldier killed in the attack. The wailing sometimes drowns the chanted prayer for the dead. Here at Jerusalem's Ground Zero, thoughts turn to where the next bombing could be. Hospital officials say they're bracing for more attacks and more victims as Israelis try to carry on despite the fear. Chris Burns, CNN, Jerusalem.
Meantime, in Afghanistan, relentless airstrikes pummel the defenders of Kandahar within 20 miles now of the Taliban stronghold.
Meanwhile, the body of CIA officer Johnny Mike Spann is back here in the U.S. Spann is the first known U.S. combat casualty in Afghanistan.
And a man claiming to be American is among more than 80 Taliban fighters who surrendered. There are conflicting reports tonight about the man's identity. He has been injured, and he is now being looked after by U.S. military forces in Afghanistan.
This is sure to stir up a lot of controversy. Time magazine is considering Osama bin Laden for Person of the Year. He's under consideration. Now, if that bothers you, consider the magazine's traditional criterion. It's the person who's had the biggest effect on the world, for better or worse. Anita Vogel has more.
For what reason would they do that? I can't understand the reasoning why they would do it.
Should he get Man of the Year? In a body bag? That's what I would do.
That's what some people say about the notion of this man as Time magazine's Person of the Year, Osama bin Laden, known terrorist, and that also makes him a newsmaker.
I think the premise is the one who had the most impact on the world during the year, and certainly bin Laden, if he was the one that caused the attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon, certainly qualifies for that, unfortunately.
Since 1927, Time magazine has had the tradition of naming the Person of the Year. The magazine says it's by no means a popularity contest. Previous designees include Joseph Stalin, Richard Nixon, and the Ayatollah Khomeini. Media critics say this year bin Laden can't be ignored.
Tradition with Time is that if they stick by their tradition, bin Laden has a very good shot. There are other people who are certainly worthy of being Person of the Year or People of the Year. Again, bin Laden had an awful impact, but it was an impact, and that's what matters to them.
I think that's absurd. It's revolting.
Maybe Time magazine has a different curriculum for being Man of the Year, but I just think Man of the Year is someone who affected us in a positive way.
But Time magazine has never named a deceased person as Person of the Year, and many believe by December 31st, Osama bin Laden may be dead. In that case, the magazine says there are plenty of other newsmakers to consider. In Santa Monica, Anita Vogel, Fox News.
A New York police officer is planning to bring a bit of holiday cheer to a place that has seen more than its share of sadness. Officer John Heydrich has chosen a 14-foot-tall balsam Christmas tree for Ground Zero. The tree comes from his uncle's tree farm in Maine.
For the families of the victims and for the people that have to work on the holidays, I think maybe it'll bring a little cheer.
We wanted it to just light up and be just a light and let the rest of the world know that, hey, we're here, we're staying here, and nobody's going to push us around.
Walmart has donated thousands of white Christmas lights for the tree, and school children are donating homemade ornaments. The tree lighting ceremony is expected at Ground Zero sometime next week.
As if the ruins of the Twin Towers weren't enough, passers-by near Ground Zero have been paying their respects to a riderless bike. Jeannie Mose has more.
You see them all over New York, locked bikes belonging to messengers. But what makes this bicycle different from all the others is that most other owners come back. This bike has been left sitting here since September 11th.
It looked like somebody who passed away. It looked like their bike.
It breaks your heart. The bike sits just a block or so away from the empty space that was once the World Trade Center.
I've seen this bike when I pass by here. I don't even know who it belongs to.
But that hasn't stopped folks from leaving flowers. As the weeks go by, the decorations change and the bike gathers dust.
Do you see?
What?
The dust.
Though rain has washed most of it away. Someone posted a sign entitled "The Bicycle," saying that the owner was a messenger who was killed while making a delivery at the World Trade Center. But some passers-by figure it's probably one of those urban myths.
It's in too good a shape. That seems to me a little bit too convenient a story.
And almost no one, from cops, you don't know anything at all about it,
No.
to fellow bike messengers, seem to have any facts.
I don't know anything about that. Nah.
That bike?
No, I haven't heard anything about it. Yeah, I know about that bike. The guy who owned that bike got caught up in that building.
James, the only name he cared to share, says he's been a bike messenger for 16 years. And you recognize his bike?
Of course, it's an old beat-up bike. Everybody knows his bike down here.
James described the bike's owner as a deli food delivery man in his mid-40s. So you knew the guy to talk to him, though? I mean,
yeah, I see him, yo, Pape, like that. I don't know his name or nothing like that. I see him, I wave back,
Mexican guy, though.
Mexican guy, yeah. Nice guy.
In a city where theft leaves owners always worrying their bikes will disappear, this time it's the owner who has vanished. Jeannie Moe, CNN, New York.
A small amount of anthrax found at a Connecticut mail center. It's the same facility that processed mail for the 94-year-old woman who died from inhalation anthrax last month. Authorities say mail sorting machines have tested positive for anthrax in Wallingford, Connecticut. The equipment is isolated and being cleaned. There are no plans to close the postal facility.
And new statistics are out tonight about the deadly AIDS virus. Since the disease was first reported 2 decades ago, an estimated 40 million people worldwide are now HIV positive, and more than half of those people are in Africa. AIDS is expected to kill 3 million people this year. South Africa has the highest rate of infection, with 1 in 9 South Africans testing HIV positive, and it is estimated that by the year 2005, South Africa will have over 1 million young orphans suffering from the disease. Now, tomorrow is the last day to see a display of the Names Project AIDS Memorial Quilt here in Portland. The project started back in 1987 to remember people who have passed away because of AIDS. Now, the entire project consists of some 47,000 quilts. 36 of those quilts are in the current display at All Saints School in Northeast Portland on Gleason Street. Catholic Charities set up this display in hopes of driving home the point that the AIDS pandemic is far from over.
Unfortunately, a lot of people have the impression that the AIDS pandemic is over, or that it's very manageable now because of the new medications that have come out. Unfortunately, the number of people who are continuing to be infected grows at an astronomical rate.
According to the Centers for Disease Control, an additional 15,000 people are infected with the virus every day. That's about as many people as make up the entire student body of Portland State University.
In other news tonight, some people in some parts of the country are used to a lot of snow.
But one storm is dumping so much snow this weekend that it's causing major problems. We'll have that story straight ahead.
And where local kids can write to Santa and be guaranteed he'll write back.
Friday on Good Day, Oregon.
I'm gonna play I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Oh, we love that song.
It's a pledge. Okay.
All right.
Tom Grant.
Right. I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me.
Good Day, Oregon. Weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
All right, pay attention. This is pretty simple. This is a tire. This is a road. This is a tire on the road. At America's Tire Company, we've been putting the world's best brands of tires on the road for over 40 years. So stop by today for a great deal on Michelin, BF Goodrich, Uniroyal, and Goodyear tires. Thousands in stock and ready to go. Pretty simple, huh? Great brands, great prices, America's Tire Company. Now you know.
If you don't know what to give this Christmas, Santa does. Follow him to the new Captain's Nautical Supply for binoculars, maps, world globes, and wireless weather stations. Give vintage pictures, or sailing books, or telescopes of all kinds. Give a fascinating rhythm clock, or nautical instruments. Remember, parking is free at the new Captain's Nautical, 333 Northwest Broadway at Flanders.
1 chair, 2 chairs, 3 chairs, 4. There's no room on our floor for more. The Chair Outlet on Southeast Powell is your place for chairs. Come see our huge selection. We have chairs for the living room, family room, dining room, bedroom, or any old room at all. Make your list and check it twice. But then come into Chair Outlet for great Christmas savings. The Chair Outlet, 73rd and Southeast Powell in Portland. The only place for chairs.
I'm gonna be late for my own wedding. No worries. My Subaru Outback's more stable in a turn than a Lexus RX 300. Gets better gas mileage than a Ford Explorer. And like every Subaru, has the added traction of all-wheel drive.
Subaru Outback, the world's first sport utility wagon.
The rugged outdoorsy type. Nice choice.
See your local Subaru dealer for information on financing as low as 2.9% APR.
The crew's survival depends on a single sacrifice.
I need you to do this. We all do.
Enterprise.
Wednesday on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
Today was your chance to rub elbows with some of the best authors in the world. About 70 authors from Oregon gathered in the Portland Art Museum's Sunken Ballroom today. This is the Holiday Cheer Book Fair. Oregon authors such as former Senator Mark Hatfield and Fight Club author Chuck Palahniuk met their readers and signed their latest works. Bruce Campbell, who starred in B movies such as Evil Dead and Army of Darkness, even has a book.
My name is Bruce Campbell. I wrote this book, If Chins Could Kill, Confessions of a B-Movie Actor. And it's out to torment the public at this very moment.
Okay, you ask, what has Bruce Campbell been in? Remember Evil Dead and Army of Darkness, those kind of cult horror films? That's what he's been in. The Oregon Historical Society sponsored today's event, and they've been doing that for decades, folks. Good for them. Looked like a lot of fun, and they've had the biggest attendance they've had in years out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for them. Literacy was one of the goals of a Letters to Santa project hosted by Woodburn Company Stores. Santa has set up a house at the Woodburn Mall, and kids who stop by there and write a letter to Santa are guaranteed to receive a reply in English, Spanish, or Russian, whatever their language of choice. Now, in addition to practicing their writing skills, kids can practice carrying on a conversation with Santa.
About Christmas. Do you know that good boys get good toys? Yeah? I'm going to have to bring you something pretty special because I know you're a good boy. Can I give you a present right now?
Kids didn't do a whole lot of talking today. Santa will be at the Woodburn Mall, though, Monday through Friday from 11 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, and then on Sundays from 11 until 6. Kids can also email Santa at santa@woodburncompany.com. Any personal response will be sent first-class mail to each child's home.
Oh, that's a nice option.
Neat program.
Yeah, that's neat. Dan Christopherson now joins us with sports, talking Ducks.
That's right. We're going to be figuring this thing out. Right now, it's looking like the Fiesta Bowl. Pretty sure, but there's still a chance that we're going to try to explain that right now. As complex as the Bowl Championship Series BCS Bowl standings can be, the Ducks' fate is pretty simple. If they rate ahead of Nebraska and Colorado when those BCS numbers turn out tomorrow, they still have a shot at the Rose Bowl. As you see the latest AP poll, the Ducks are number 3. That's the highest in Oregon history. Now, if the Ducks were to somehow land 3rd in tomorrow's BCS standings, all they'd need to make the national championship game is for number 2 Tennessee to lose next week to LSU in the SEC championship. But if tomorrow the BCS has Nebraska ahead of Oregon, and that very well could happen because that's how it is now, the Ducks' Rose Bowl dream would be over, and we would be talking, that's right, Fiesta Bowl, and possibly a chance to settle a few old scores with Colorado. Some bowl projectors are talking up an Oregon-Colorado Fiesta Bowl. The Buffaloes responsible for the Ducks' last 2 bowl defeats back in '96 and then again in '98. But this is 0-1, and the Ducks' fearless leader isn't worried where they'll end up or whom they'll face when they get there.
I think that we've done just about all we can do at 10-1. We've come back from a single loss. We've won the undisputed Pac-10 championship. At one time, 5 of the 15 people in the BCS were Pac-10 teams, and we knew that only one would survive. I think that we can play with anybody in the nation. I'll say that. I've said that all along.
And tomorrow we could get a better clue about who they will play in the bowl. Well, you can't spoil the Ducks' big weekend, but Michael Holton and the Portland Pilots take some of the air out, hosting the Oregon Hoopsters. Koki Roisin would turn out to be the pilot hero at home. His trusty co-pilot is Adam Quick, a step ahead of the Ducks all night long. Team high 20 for Quick. Portland by 7 at halftime, but here comes Keenan Howry on the punt return for the Ducks. Oh, yeah, that's right. That was last night. Here's Freddie Jones doing pretty much the same thing on the basketball court, though he only had 6 points on the night. The Luke boys drive the Ducks back in front. Luke Ridenour, 17 points, ties the ball game. Then Luke Jackson on his way to a career-high 28. Big jumper there, 75-71 Oregon with under a minute to go, but the Pilots refuse to go down. Here's Mr. Quick shooting for the tie. Look at the bounce. With 12 seconds to go, the Ducks have the final shot to win it, but they throw it away to Roisin. Actually, he got fouled, made 1 free throw. And guess what? The Portland Pilots win this one 79-78. It's the first time they have beaten the Oregon Ducks in 38 years. Oregon still has the 40-8 all-time series lead, but when you beat Oregon and you're the Pilots, that is huge.
Hey, what have you done for me lately?
That's right. There you go.
All right. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
Well, there are a few reports from last night about people seeing unidentified objects in the sky.
This time they were captured on video. The theory behind these streaks of light next.
And can you expect any dry spells in the week ahead? Monica Guz's 7-day forecast coming up.
Al has to sell his old car.
Yeah, it's like giving up one of your children, but none of the joy.
Let the buyers beware.
Is it true she's gone over 999,000 miles?
He means the car, you will.
Tonight at 11 on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
Want to get a great $6 restaurant burger? Without the restaurant, the $6 burger, only $3.95 at Carl's Jr.
This holiday, stay connected to the people who matter most. With the Shared Advantage plan from AT&T Wireless, you'll get unlimited local calling between plan members. So Dad could talk to Mom, Mom could talk to the kids, and the kids could talk to each other as often as they like. Start with 2 phone lines for $59.99 a month and add up to 3 more for only $9.99 each. You can also get up to 5 free phones with nationwide long distance included and plenty of minutes to go around. All for life. Call 1-800-IMAGINE today for a gift that will have the whole family talking.
This year, feel the deeper meaning of holiday spirit with Beaverton Town Square's Holiday Card Salute. Many Oregon servicemen and women will spend the holidays away from their families, so join with Beaverton Town Square in saluting them. Make them holiday cards, now through December 8th. Drop the cards off in the boxes at the stores, and while you're at the square, take some time to relax. We offer a pleasurable shopping experience. Close parking, no lines, fresh air, and a town square feel. Beaverton Town Square, the mall with the clock tower.
Coming up later on the 10 o'clock news, the latest security gadgets to keep you safe from terrorist attacks. Stay with us.
Most mechanics can fix just about anything on your car. But throw something really complex at them, like a modern transmission, then all bets are off. For a job done right, guaranteed, at a price that's right, bring it to the experts. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO.
This is my mom. Another perfect holiday. I was 7 and Mom was amazing. She always knew to make Chex Party Mix. The good stuff. All seasoned and toasted fresh from the oven. You know what's great about the holidays now? It's my turn to be Mom.
Tonight's weather report on the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by your local Northwest Chrysler dealers.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore.
Now get Chrysler PG Cruiser starting at just $16,800, plus 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection.
Our esteemed photographer Bill Livingston captured this bizarre sight as he was passing through the town of Sheridan. A car painted patriotically sitting in a tree. You can decide for yourself what this means, folks.
I wonder how they got that thing up there. And from one unusual sight to another, a photographer in Oklahoma this weekend captured these lights streaking across the sky last night. Now, residents from Texas to Nebraska say they saw the show. National Weather Service says the lights were either a meteor shower or a satellite re-entering the atmosphere. The North American Air Defense Command Center, however, says the lights were a Russian rocket re-entering the atmosphere.
And naysayers would call them UFOs, of course. I guess they technically are UFOs, unidentified flying objects.
Right, exactly, because we don't know exactly what it is. So, okay, now people are running, screaming out of their houses right now.
Reports of UFOs.
I know. And speaking of UFOs, something we won't be seeing for a while is the sun. it looks like it's going to pretty much rain all week long.
Wow.
But we have a variation in snow levels, and when is it going to rain, and when is it not going to rain, and when is it going to be windy. So I still have stuff to talk about.
More unseen than unidentified at this point.
That's true. That's true. Very true. Right now, still a little blustery out there, and some light rain here in the Portland area. Let's see how things are looking temperature-wise. 44 degrees and cooling off quickly. Barometer is falling, and the winds are out of the southwest at 12 miles per hour with some higher gusts. Now, why don't we take a look at the radar? And here's a look at the northwest radar. Most of the state is dry. Still some rain mixed with snow moving up into southern Oregon, snowing right now on the Siskiyou Summit, and also snowing into Idaho and up into the Spokane area, and certainly rain from Seattle all the way down into the Eugene and Salem areas. Here's a look at the regional radar, and you can really see the light rain just rotating up from the south. And also a flood warning still in effect for the Tualatin River near Dilley, which is just about right here on the border, the southern border of Washington County. Right at flood stage, it will slowly begin to drop down as we go through the next couple of days. So mainly just some lowland and some pasture flooding and a couple of very small roads. So do look out if you live in the Dilley area. 24-hour precipitation, 1/4 inch here in Portland, but it has continued to rain through the evening, so we'll certainly see those numbers go up. Astoria, almost a third of an inch. Brookings over an inch, and lesser amounts as we go through the state, but certainly precipitation statewide today. Not as stormy today, little isolated spots of storminess today, like high winds in Umatilla County, sustained winds of 40 to 50 miles per hour. Those have since begun to die down. Things are looking better. Here's what's going to happen for us in the next day and a half. Here's the jet stream, nice trough in the jet stream here. So as we move into tomorrow morning, we'll continue to see snow levels dropping off. So we'll see snow throughout many portions of eastern Oregon and certainly into the Cascades. Drying over here on the west side. I don't think we're going to see clearing along the coast, though. This low pressure system will begin to move off to the east as we go into afternoon time. Things will quiet down for us a little bit. I don't think we're going to see any sun, but we will dry out briefly. But look at this developing up here. We're going to have a new low pressure system beginning to move in. So by the time we go into Tuesday morning, it's going to be downright windy and rainy again. Notice these contour lines really have begun to smash together, and that always means the wind is going to kick up. So Tuesday into Wednesday, wind and rain. Northwest satellite, here's our low pressure system here beginning to kind of wind down and lose some of its energy, but look at all this cold air behind the system that is all going to rotate into our area, and that's going to bring those snow levels down. High temperatures today, cooler today than yesterday, and tomorrow will be cooler yet. 46 in Astoria and in Portland. Brookings 51 degrees, and scattered snow showers in Klamath Falls 33 for a high. Temperatures right around the 40 to 45 degree area throughout much of central and eastern Oregon. High temperatures across the nation, actually awfully nice over here in the eastern half of the nation with sunny skies and mild temperatures. As soon as we begin to go a little bit west, though, look at all of this cold air dipping all the way down into the desert southwest. Scattered snow showers throughout much of the Intermountain West. Stormy in Northern California, and for us, a little bit of rain, a little bit of wind, but certainly not as stormy as yesterday. Oregon coast tomorrow, North Bend and Coos Bay, mostly cloudy, morning showers, then drying out for you a little bit. Newport, morning showers, a little bit of a break, then it's going to rain as we go into evening time. Astoria, same situation. Small craft advisory posted because of winds out of the west at 25 knots. Into the western valleys, cooler day tomorrow, mostly cloudy with showers tending toward the early part of the day. As we go into sunset, we're going to see the rain begin to move back in just in time for that big storm on Tuesday. Up in the mountains, snow levels starting out at 2,000 feet, dropping down to 1,500 feet. Snow advisory in effect, another 4 to 8 inches expected in the Cascades. Central and eastern Oregon, mostly cloudy skies, a chance for an early morning snow shower. Burned, scattered snow showers throughout the day, 1,500-foot snow levels throughout eastern Oregon. So just be aware of your elevation. You will probably see an occasional snow shower here and there. And then the lower elevations, a couple of rain showers. In the Dalles, mostly cloudy skies, winds out of the east, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Cascade Locks high of 43. A little bit of a break around 5. And here's a look at the 7-day forecast. And there it is, the big bouncing ball, 7-day forecast. Tuesday and Wednesday, stormy, rainy, and Wednesday night into Thursday morning, there is a chance that we may see some snow here in the Portland foothills. So be prepared for that. Thursday, just regular rain and then showers throughout the rest of the week.
Looks like a little sun on Friday, huh? Little sun breaks?
Maybe. We'll see. Right now, just be prepared for some rain. There you go.
All right.
We've been warned. Thanks, Monica. To better appreciate our relatively mild weather here in the Northwest, we're about to take you to the heart of a fierce storm. A blizzard has brutally pummeled the Sierra Range in Nevada. Mike Tissell shows us.
Minutes before noon today, the weather conditions deteriorated so much, Caltrans was forced to shut down all of I-80 in both directions in the Sierra. The word blizzard, not enough to describe this storm.
It's insane. It's terrible. You can't see anything.
Here's a first-hand look of just how bad conditions are. This is us driving just about 1:45 today, right near Kingvale.
You can't see anything right out.
The conditions are brutal. You can't see past the hood of your vehicle.
Would you call it a blizzard out there?
It's more than a blizzard. It's a complete whiteout.
Caltrans say wind gusts today topped 80 miles an hour at times. Icy, hard snow blew horizontal.
The flags that we fly daily here at Kingvale were ripped to shreds this morning by the gale force winds.
The winds made roads so dangerous, 18-wheelers and buses alike were stranded. How would you describe these conditions out here right now?
Extreme.
Drivers who did brave the interstate found driving today a nightmare. How miserable is it?
It's pretty miserable. It's pretty scary, too. I spun around a couple times today.
To top it all off, the winds of this storm were so relentless, Caltrans said they couldn't even guess how much snow fell during its peak.
Blowing 80 miles an hour. In some places, it's 8 feet deep, and in some places, it's bare ground.
That was Mike Tissell reporting. You know, I worked in the Reno area for a time, and those storms are not only significant, they're very dangerous. I can't tell you how many times we reported on people that spun out and went right over the hill and died. It was pretty...
Stay home, I guess,
well,
is
that's the best
advice.
idea.
Yeah.
Well, security just about everywhere has been stepped up since September 11th.
There are hundreds of ideas out there to help screen for terrorists, and coming up next, we'll show you some of the ideas which may be in your future.
And pop star Elton John makes a very disappointing announcement to his fans.
Monday on UPN. Why are these kids punishing their parents?
This is a madhouse!
Next, it's not easy raising a single dad.
Is that chocolate pudding in the bathtub? Don't eat the pudding!
One-on-one. Then, the Parkers have the 411 on this infomercial.
This is all a crock of bull!
And on Girlfriends, easygoing Joan just learned a new word.
No!
Okay, you're gonna make a bad mommy.
Monday at 8 on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
Hey kids, don't miss your chance to be on TV. KPTV Oregon's 12, Good Day Oregon, and G.I. Joe's invite you to audition for the chance to become a Good Day Oregon weather kid. All you have to do is register at the Beaverton Mall G.I. Joe's on Saturday, December 8th to win the chance to audition and win great prizes. For more information, call KPTV Oregon's 12 or log on at oregons12.tv.
The programs that receive lottery funding reflect the things that are important to Oregonians, like caring for our natural resources. From rushing streams to bubbling fountains, Oregonians know how important our water is, and they've directed lottery dollars to help provide the clean water that is essential for healthy fish and healthy people. Lottery dollars go where they're needed, when they're needed, helping to keep Oregon feeling like Oregon.
Lottery games are based on chance and should be played for entertainment only.
Meet Ray and his loving family.
Adoring wife.
No.
A doting mother. Loving father. Devoted brother.
Hey.
Oh, crap.
Most husbands like cuddling with their wives.
Oh, they don't. You're a good wife.
Don't you ever call me that again.
Weeknights at 6:30 on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
It's that time of the year. It's time to flip the channels with a little more cheer. We'll watch what you want. Romance, arts, and sports. Family shows, great films, and news reports.
AT&T Cable from AT&T Broadband. It's TV you want to watch. Get 2 free months of service plus free installation.
Great family television. It's a great deal and such a very good decision.
Or get AT&T Digital Cable. More great programming, music, tons of cool features, and a great deal.
Parental controls, program reminders. reminder, interactive guide at your favorite show finder.
So get better TV from AT&T Cable, or take it to the next level with AT&T Digital Cable. Get 2 free months of service plus free installation. Order now.
It's a great deal, so give a call. It's cable television, let your family watch it all. AT&T Broadband, 'tis the season to believe.
This Oregon's 12 for Kids' Sake report on the 10 o'clock news is part of our public service campaign dedicated to making a positive difference in the lives of children.
When the Department of Transportation solicited security ideas recently, it expected about 50 ideas. It received 600.
Driven sometimes by patriotism, but often by profit, companies are flooding the government with ways to make the homeland secure. Gene Meserve has more.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. And you see a lot of stress because this is my first time on CNN.
A laptop computer converted into a device that can tell if you're lying by analyzing vocal stress. With a lot of money now being spent on security, the manufacturer is pitching it all over Washington.
The Homeland Security Office and the State Department and the FAA.
All right, let's try the other eye, just a second.
Some firms, like these at a Capitol Hill demonstration, have proven products already in limited use. But there are others who are exploiting fear to make money.
As a result of the September 11th attacks, there's a tremendous amount of companies who are, we call them ambulance chasers, trying to take advantage of a bad situation, who really don't have a new or better or existing product to sell.
No existing product, it can happen. A New Jersey company claimed to have developed and patented a chemical and biological alarm and neutralization defense system. It turns out they didn't have a system, didn't have a patent, didn't have a prototype, and the Securities and Exchange Commission ordered them to stop committing fraud. Experts in security believe the hucksters will be weeded out.
I have great faith in the marketplace. The ability of companies to recognize ideas that simply won't work or are based on a desire to make a profit off a bad situation.
There are a lot of ideas out there. When the Department of Transportation solicited security ideas from industry and academia, it was swamped with 600 responses. It expected 50. It all benefits Homeland Security.
It will tap the creative genius and resources of both the public and the private sector.
What we want to do is zoom in once.
Good old-fashioned American capitalism and ingenuity, 2 attributes that some believe will go a long way towards meeting security needs. Gene Meserve, CNN, Washington.
U.S. Attorney General John Ashcroft wants to make the border between the U.S. and Canada more secure. He's asking for several hundred National Guard members to help patrol our northern border. They would relieve immigration and naturalization employees who were sent north after the September 11th terrorist attacks.
This is not militarizing our border with Canada. It's the longest peaceful, wonderfully cooperative border. Solicitor General Macaulay of Kansas and I have been, Canada, pardon me, and I have been working together on ways in which we can improve our relationship at the border and how we can cooperate.
Ashcroft went on to say he wants military helicopters to patrol the 4,000-mile border.
People living in Afghanistan are trying to get on with their lives despite the war there. Now that the Taliban is no longer controlling the country, the culture is changing. Today, a museum opened its doors, and the sign outside says, "Nations stay alive when their cultures stay alive." The Taliban reportedly did not share that belief and destroyed some of the artifacts inside. Most of the Buddhist statues have been stolen or destroyed. But some exhibits were successfully hidden, and they are now on display once again.
Rock legend Elton John says his latest CD will likely be his last.
How wonderful life is while you're in the world.
John made the announcement during a concert in New Hampshire. He says the CD titled Songs from the West Coast will be his last recording because he's fed up with the recording industry. He still plans to continue live performances.
Okay, time for sports again. Suppose any of the Ducks or Beavers are going to be headed to any Poe contracts?
Oh, well, yeah, definitely. Every year we have a couple. How about Joey Harrington to begin with? And there are some NFL teams that could use his leadership right now, that's for sure. Watching a lot of the games. if they had a good kicker, if the Ducks or Beavers had a decent kicker, they might have a chance too. A local kicker from the Vancouver area put his job on the line up in Seattle today. We will show you if he earned his keep. A referee playing defense. You'll have to see that one to believe it. And it is not hard to envision the Portland Pilot women back in the soccer Final Four. See how they got there next.
And after sports, we'll tell you what was found in the Christmas tree now standing in New York's Rockefeller Center.
UPN Tuesday. Buffy's friends have the devil in them.
The demon doesn't have a body, so it's borrowing ours.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Then, every love story. What are you gonna do? Has a beginning.
It's only a matter of time before they find us and exterminate us.
I need to know the truth, Max.
Where are you from?
Roswell, the first episode.
Tuesday at 8 on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
Oh, hey man, check out these new chips. They're right over there, the Wahoos. You gotta try them. It's a mild corn taste and a flash of flavor encompassing the area of the chip. And the crisp, there's really two crisps. Outside and in. You get seasoned original, nacho, and barbecue. You better get some now, man.
Introducing new Wahoos. What? Full tilt snacking.
Hey!
The holiday season is a time for giving, and that means getting involved.
That's why KPTV Oregon's 12 and Postal Annex are proud to support the Portland Fire Bureau's Toy and Joy Makers program.
But the success of the program depends on you.
Please join us in helping to make the holidays a little brighter for a child in need.
All you have to do is drop off an unwrapped new toy to any participating Postal Annex or Portland Fire Station.
KPTV Oregon's 12, Postal Annex, and these companies ask you to donate what you can.
Coming up in sports, find out why this referee is far from a saint as far as the New Orleans Saints are concerned.
You know, if you're looking for something to wear when you're headed out, come on in.
From leather coats to raincoats, Men's Warehouse.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Climb aboard the Mount Hood Railroad and experience a different world. On your 4-hour journey, you'll travel through Oregon's most beautiful scenery with gorgeous views of Mount Hood and Mount Adams. You'll pass the unspoiled waters of the Hood River, through forests where wildlife often appears, and into Hood River's famous fruit valleys. Choose a fun-filled adventure on the historic excursion train, the luxury dinner train, or the Sunday champagne brunch train. Oregon looks and feels different when you experience it aboard the Mount Hood Railroad and dinner train. Call now for reservations.
Wednesday on UPN. The crew's survival depends on a single sacrifice.
I need you to do this. We all do. That's why you're here.
Enterprise. UPN. Then, how do you face a monster who can take any face it wants?
Nick, it's me! Shoot her! No, I can't kill her!
Special Unit 2.
Wednesday at 8 on KPTV, Oregon's 12. Now, sports with Dan Christopherson.
Well, job security for NFL kickers extends about as long as your last boot. Ryan Lindell, the Vancouver native who's kicked around more than a year now with the Seahawks, may have saved his gig once again today.
Ryan Lindell shot the Seahawks in the foot, missing twice in the final 5 minutes of regulation. That meant overtime with Mike Riley's Chargers. Mike Holmgren ready for another round of kicker auditions, but Lindell says try this out. Third time might be a job saver, and it is. The Seahawks game winner, 13-10. They're 6-5, while the Chargers have lost 5 straight. Detroit fans, you better believe in Santa, because your Lions need outside help to shake their 0-11 funk. Jason Hansen's third miss put the Lions down for good again. Bears beat them 13-10. Know a good therapist? Call Lions boss Matt Millen. There's always hope, though. Take the mighty Raiders and the mediocre Cardinals. It takes a Jerry Rice TD with 12 seconds to go for the Raiders to force overtime. But Bill Gramatica is going to be Automatica from 36 out. And here's your Week 12 shocker. Cards 34, Raiders 31. Arizona has won 3 straight. The 8-3 Raiders no longer share the NFL's best record, but Marshall Faulk and the Rams running with the lead pack at 9-2. With determination and timely blocking, Falk is going to go all the way. Career touchdown number 100. Rams all over Atlanta, 35-6. You'd think with Donald Rumsfeld in the house, the hometown Washington Redskins would have the defense side covered, but sneaky Rocket Ismail does them in. The Rocket hitting the end zone target. The Cowboys beat the Skins 2014. Now, flashback 3 years, the Thanksgiving 98 coin flip fiasco. Remember the referee who heard heads when the Steelers said they called tails? Well, that same ref is back in the wrong kind of spotlight in New Orleans. Look who's wide open deep. The Saints receiver and that runaway zebra. Touchdown denied. Joe Horn sounds off, but the ref is part of the field. No TD. Phil Luckett, nice heads-up play, pal. The Saints want your tail. But luckily, they don't flip out. They just throw it where Luckett is not. And Horn finally gets that one. The Saints go marching by Carolina 27-23.
Gotta love that ref. All right, the 49ers bury Buffalo in the late game. They're 9-2, as are the Pittsburgh Steelers, 31-16 over the Vikes. New England rallies over the Jets. Miami, same deal, catching and passing the Broncos late. Bill Grammatica's brother, you saw him kick. Here's Martin Grammatica booting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by the Bengals in overtime. The Ravens finish off the Colts, and Tennessee jumps on the Browns 31-15. A lot of B's there. 1 year ago this week, Bob Davie put his name on a new 5-year contract to coach the Notre Dame Fighting Irish football team. Then came the huge Fiesta Bowl loss to Oregon State, followed by this year's 5-6 record. And at Notre Dame, that gets you fired. And Davie gets the harsh words today.
And I talk to our football team every single day that it's not the bad things that happen to you that's important. It's how you handle them. And I am in no way bitter. I am not the least bit embarrassed. In fact, I'll walk out of here with my head held high.
Well, Texas A&M can do the same, but the Aggies also on their way out of the women's soccer playoffs. The Portland Pilots do it to them at home. Trailing 1-0, Christine Sinclair, a two-time star. That squares the deal at 1, and yes, it is time to pile it on. Here we go. Second half, Kristen Moore with the crossing pass. Betsy Barr heads it home, and that would be the game winner. Sinclair and Barr both come back for seconds. Sinclair is only a freshman, but her foot is already the stuff of Pilot legend. She's awesome. Portland takes it 4-1. The Pilots advance for the second straight year to the women's Final Four. They will play North Carolina in next weekend's semifinals. The Winterhawks losing up north in Kelowna tonight, 4-2. The Blazers don't have anything cooking until Thursday when the Charlotte Hornets buzz through town. Now let's go to Sacramento. Dallas coach Don Nelson coming undone, and now he is gone. The female ref tossing him out of there, but the Mavericks don't need him, not with Dirk Nowitzki running the show. The Dirk scores 9 of his 32 in overtime, and the Mavs rule on the Kings court. It was 120-114 Mavericks, and now a Vince Carter moment. It starts with a no-look steal. This might be the only time we ever show Vince Carter not dunking, but that's pretty sweet. His Raptors lose to Boston, though. And there you have it for sports. Have a great Monday, I guess.
All right, thanks, Dan. You too.
You got it.
Monica now has a look at our wake-up weather for us.
Yes, and tomorrow morning it's going to be a little sloppy out there. Temperatures are going to be around 40 degrees at 7 a.m. and it will be raining. Sunrise will not be until 7:32, so yes, much of your commute will be dark and rainy. So drive carefully. If you're coming from high elevations, the snow lines will be quite low, around 2,000 feet tomorrow morning.
Good weather to stay inside and decorate the tree. Of course, decorating the tree can be fun, but it's a lot of work. Imagine if you had to decorate one in New York City, the one at Rockefeller Center. If we can show that video for you. There it is, Rockefeller Center, the tree right there. It took 8 days, 30 workers, and 30,000 lights working from scaffolding. Now, the tree even had its own sprinkler system. An unexpected discovery was an owl that was in the tree when it was cut in Canada and moved to New York. That owl was taken in over to the Bronx Zoo. Now, New York has held a tree lighting ceremony since 1933.
Bum deal for the owl, huh?
Yeah,
that's kind of sad. Should have taken it back to the wild.
There you go.
All right, we're going to leave you tonight with the big event of the weekend, highlights from the Civil War game. Have a great week. Good night.
something you wake up with. I mean, you don't exactly get to pick that.